Yo, Team Tico, what it do, man? Hey, what's going on? We're gonna go ahead and talk about the Madden NFL 21 patch, and we are back to talk about the patch. This is after I've done some heavy testing. I've tested the game out. I mean, I played every single mode. Everything that was supposed to be patched, I played it. So, with that being said, before we get into the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell, turn on your post notifications, and don't forget to hit that like button. All this helps me get into the YouTube algorithm, and it helps us to grow so we can get further in the system and grow just like everybody else. So with that, let's go ahead and start and talk about the Madden NFL 21 November patch. Now, I want to go ahead and start it off with the gameplay updates. The gameplay updates dropped interceptions. Well, I didn't really play a lot of Madden to experience the dropped interceptions before then, so let's go ahead and talk about that. Dropped interceptions. Now, the first bullet point says fix an issue allowing defensive teammates to cause a knockout on their teammate during an interception. I never experienced that. If you guys experienced that, let me know, but good is fixed if it was happening. Bullet point number 2, tuning to decrease catching penalties for defenders catching in traffic. Okay, so tuning to decrease catching penalties for defenders catching in traffic. Really didn't have that issue. Like I said, I didn't play the game, but I played it after all of this, and I can tell you I did notice a few things playing after all of this stuff. All right, so let's go into Dev Note. So Dev Note says these two changes will reduce the number of dropped interceptions for the defense, but they will not eliminate them completely. There will still be situations where the defender will not successfully catch interceptions based on ratings, physics, or interactions. So if you have a bad rating and then you don't really catch balls, then yeah, you're gonna drop it. The physics, if you get hit a certain way, you're gonna drop it. Or interactions period with like touching or whatever. Interactions period in the game overall. So it makes a lot of sense. All right, I'm good with that. And I did also experience a lot of interceptions. Like when I was throwing picks. I was playing with Russell Wilson and Tom Brady, and I was throwing it to like decent DBs, and they were catching the ball. They weren't dropping it. And this gameplay that you see will showcase that. So let's go ahead and go to the next bullet point. Fixed an issue causing rat catches to be dropped a little too frequently. Also tuning to reduce the distance for additional defenders to cause catch knockouts. So I didn't experience that, but like I said, I played after that, but you guys may have experienced it. And if it was a problem and it's fixed, I'm happy it's fixed because I'm playing a lot more Madden now that we're getting big patches. The dev note says, based on player feedback and play testing, we found that rat catches specifically were being dropped too much on both competitive and simulation game styles. These changes would significantly increase the chances of successful rat catches when throwing two receivers with a step or 2 separation on coverage and provide better balance versus man coverage. So cool. I mean, if it's working, it's working now. So that's good. The next bullet point says fix the issue of allowing pass rushers to disengage for quick pressure after a defensive line crash adjustment in formations like 3-4 bear and 3-4 cub. Okay. So I don't know. Another thing that I know that was changed though in this next bullet point was updated the QB slide and QB dive mechanic for easy use or ease of use. Tap X or square to slide, which worked. You sit in the gameplay. Hold X and square to dive. PlayStation, Xbox, good. This is the simple way I like it. I was actually used to double tapping from the last version of Madden, from Madden 20. So it really didn't hurt me, but it's easier to just tap one button to make it easier. And I'm glad they changed it back. And it wasn't broken, it wasn't buggy. It worked just fine, so happy with that. And I know a lot of you guys are going to be probably getting Madden for Christmas and getting it on your next gen console. Some people already have Madden and just switching over to next gen, and we'll get the update or the upgrade for Series X or like the PlayStation. You will get that. So the dual entitlement, you will get it. So it's cool that to be able to get that. But I'm pretty sure the buttons will be the same as far as the slide mechanic, so that's cool with me. So tuning to reduce inaccurate passes caused by pressure. Tuning to reduce inaccurate passes caused by pressure. All right, cool. That should be working anyway. Tuning to decrease average yards per carry on outside zone and stretch running plays on competitive, all-pro, and all-Madden. The dev note says our stat tracking data has recently shown a spike in average yards per carry on outside running plays on the competitive game style. So we are making some tuning adjustments to blocking to reduce the effectiveness of these plays. The running game really wasn't even really favored. It was favored when the game started out, but normally when they keep patching the game, the running game is not as good. And I'm huge when it comes to running in the game, but who cares about the people who love to run the football? Now, if it's like exploits and stuff that don't need to happen, then yeah, I understand it, fix it, but don't break the running game. And now we got the next gen coming, so I want that to work. Like, I clearly want the next gen game to be right. I want it to work. I want to have fun with it. I don't want it to be patched up to the point where it's just like, okay, all right, I only want to play this one. I'm gonna go back to the old one. All right, guys, fixing the issue preventing AI edge rush animations from triggering in certain alignments. Bullet point, fixing the issue causing frequent roughing the kicker penalties on the field goal safe man defensive play. Fixed an issue causing the ball to sometimes launch across the field after a hit stick versus the receiver on a certain catch animation. Tuning to the steering on the truck move for the bruiser ball carrier archetype to reduce fast oversteer that was beginning to be used as an exploit. People love to cheese. It's gonna happen. You can't take cheesing out the game. Like, people are gonna find a way to cheat. It is what it is. Fixing the issue causing fullbacks and tight ends to inappropriately swap positions via an audible to a certain formation, which it should be fixed. I guess people, like I said, they love to exploit. Fixing the issue allowing wide receivers to sub into halfback position by audibling across formations with the same personnel grouping. I don't know about that, bruh. I don't know about that. I can't really speak on that. Well, let me speak on it. Let me read it again. Fixing the issue allowing wide receivers to sub into the halfback position by audibling across formations within the same personnel grouping. Okay. I really don't have nothing to say because I really haven't came across nobody doing this. Like, it's crazy. All right, so we're gonna go to the Madden Ultimate Team updates. Okay, so we have condensed individual training point reward screens to one combined reward screen, which I have the footage where you can see it. Reminded an issue where users had to open fantasy packs twice. So I think when you buy them and you open them, it opens twice, the animation pops up. That's fixed. Updated the art on the item compare screen. All right, cool. That was all for the Madden Ultimate Team updates. Franchise updates, face of the franchise updates, general stability improvements. I started my face of the franchise the day of the patch update, and it played pretty smooth. I didn't really see anything as far as gameplay. It played smooth as far as the cutscenes, etc. It was all smooth and it was working just fine. So I did test it out. That is working. Now we're going to the franchise updates, general stability improvements. Fixed an issue causing users to crash when making their selection during the draft in multi-user leagues. I ain't in nobody's league, so I don't know how that works. Maybe y'all can tell me if y'all in the league and if that's fixed. The yard updates, stability and reliability improvements, which the yard was cool. I played that too as well after the patch. It played real good. I was having fun with it. I don't think I've seen as many hiccups as I've seen before when I first started playing it, so that's good. Superstar KO updates, new mode, endless run. Compete to set the highest win streak in Superstar KO history. Play until you lose and then see how you match up against the greatest KO players in our new global leaderboards for Endless Run. Cool. I played that. I only won, I didn't even win. But it was cool, you know, to start it out and play against the people and for it to try to keep going. So that was cool too. Presentation updates. Cowboys home pants, less green, now less green to match the changes they made on the field this year to the color of their seafoam pants. Mouthpieces. Okay, I made a separate video about mouthpieces. Mouthpieces are now enabled throughout the game. We took extra time to ensure we covered all the bases and it would work everywhere correctly. As a long-standing community request, we are happy to announce these are usable and fully functional throughout the whole game. Okay, I already been through the mouthpieces. You can only access the mouthpieces on NFL players when you go to settings and go to manage rosters and edit player. That's the only way you can edit that. As far as when you go into face of the franchise, it's not there. When you go into franchise mode, it's not there. And you also can mess with those in the yard, but the yard is where it started out at. So you can only access mouthpieces in settings, manage rosters, edit player, and then you can change it there. Now you can import those rosters with the mouthpieces edited into franchise mode, but you will not be able to edit them. I think we have a few more patches coming out, or the next patch may be the one where you can edit in franchise mode and in face of the franchise. So that's supposed to come really soon. And before you know it, like, next gen is actually this week. So hopefully, I mean, like Thursday, we get another patch for current gen and next gen, and you can do it across the board for both console generations, right? Hopefully it can be done, because I want to see that done. Now they're talking about the franchise changes coming up. So the X Factor Superstar ability customization is coming. The player card stats UI, that's coming. Dev trait regression tuning, that's coming. And playoff bracket, that's coming. So I can't wait for those to come into the franchise mode, because I mean, when you leave the face of the franchise, you go right into that. Or when you go into franchise mode, you go right into that, and you get all these great additions to franchise mode. And I think we're getting one, maybe two. I think we may be getting one, but I know they're kind of going to be slowly rolled over, but I got to double check. But it'd be great if we can get the X Factor Superstar ability customization and player card career stats UI. If we can just get both of those in the next patch. And then in the next patch, we can get the dev trait regression tuning and then playoff bracket in the next patch, after the next patch that's going to give us the first franchise edition. So if we can just get it, I'll be happy, so I can start my franchise and play and can just really use what's implemented and just go full-fledged, go all out. You know what I'm saying? Would be amazing. But player likeness. Haven't heard nothing about player likeness due to COVID. I hate to say it, the pandemic or whatever you want to call it. Haven't heard nothing like that. It's probably been hard for the EA team to get out and scan certain players. So with that being said, hopefully these next few patches we get some likeness updates, because I know 2K is really on the likeness update thing. Like, they are really killing it. And they say 2K said they were scanning players a long time ago and getting them ready. They've been working on this next gen version for a while. But one thing I do notice about 2K is that they said in the previous patch that they updated about 80 different players from the WNBA, NBA, and Legends, right? So I'm thinking when the NBA starts, the first roster update is when we get those scans, like the James Harden and the Zach LaVine, the Blake Griffin. And they do a pretty good job to current gen to make them look really good. It's not gonna look like next gen, but they look good enough for current gen. And if you didn't get the dual entitlement for 2K, you'll be able to play this generation on your next gen console, and the graphics are gonna be better. Gameplay is gonna be lock frame 60. It's gonna be good. So it's a win-win at the end of the day for all of us. And it's just one of those things. But I'm trying to get my hands on a Series X. That's probably the first one I want to get. And then I want to get the PlayStation 5, because I do want to play the Miles Morales, but I may play Miles Morales on PS4 until I get PS5. Anyway, that's going to be it, guys. The Madden title update is done. This is the video for you guys to see, and I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit that like button. And I work really hard on these, right? And it's just reading, but I like to go get the footage and make it match. But don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. If you like these updates, hit the notification bell to be notified when these videos drop. Hit the like button also, because it helps us in the YouTube algorithm to be seen, helps this channel out a lot where people can see it, where we can grow. And I'm just gonna keep grinding until we get there. Anyway, y'all have a good day, man. Enjoy football. Peace. Hey guys, I was in the middle of recording gameplay for the title update video, for the November title update video, title update 1 for November. And I experienced an issue with Tua Tagovailoa where he's running in place, and this is after the patch. So I know Madden Voice is opening up soon due to like after the patch. So I wanted to show you guys this play. He's going to throw an interception, and watch what he's going to do. So let's go ahead, play it. He's slung down, right? Look at this guy. He's not even moving. How's he going to catch whoever? Look at this, running in place. This is crazy. And then he's upset because the touchdown happened. So I will be reporting this to Madden Voice. It's just certain things, you know, like if you really get into the nitty-gritty of it and just play the game after the patch, you'll start finding bugs and experiencing things. I have another bug too that I experienced with colors. Like, I'm playing in 4K, 60 frames per second. Let's go into a different, let's see. And this is just live. Okay, this is different. I was experiencing a bug where, see how it's dark? Now see how it's lightening up? You see that? Let's go back into it, right? See how dark it is? And watch how it's lightening up. See that? That's another bug I'm experiencing. Is that the game is starting out dark, but it's also lightening up. Look at that, it's dark. It's like a grungy like look, a filter, and then it goes back to the regular style. We'll run it one more time. Look at that. And I'm thinking it may be, well, hold on. It may be a lighting situation where, okay, let's see. See, when you go up top, it's not doing that. So maybe it's lighting from the lights or something like that, but I don't know. This is like weird. This is what I never seen it do this before after this patch. So I kind of wanted to just kind of bring it to you guys' attention. Leave a comment below, let me know what you think. And if you experienced any bugs in the game, I'm gonna actually go to the user voice for the first time this year and actually leave some feedback.